This is a very auspicious day, just not only for those who are called Christians. It is the message for every human being. The birth of Christ carries a great message. And the message is what is the purpose of life? The My Last Prayer of Jesus very clearly says, what is the goal for the entire human race? The goal is to bring heaven on this earth plane, thy kingdom come to this earth place as it is in heaven. The Hindus have just celebrated in welcoming Vaikuntha Ekadasi, that is the welcoming the kingdom of heaven for the Vishnus, those who are worshipping Vishnus. And the heaven is not just a belief of a beautiful place of bliss in the space. The heaven is a reality. All of us, whether rich or poor, are eligible to go to heaven. Alternatively, what Jesus was trying to do is to bring heaven on earth. Thy kingdom has to come to this earth plane. And that is the goal. How can you do that? It is not by just economic reform, which is impossible, because the poor remains the poor, the rich is getting richer. And this is happening everywhere, not only in developed countries, even in third world countries, there are several billionaires and who have no sympathy for the poor people who are suffering. So unless and until there is something that happens within the consciousness of the people and within the consciousness of the environment, there is no hope. So what needs to be done is that we have to look at the consciousness of each individual. I have given a definition of poverty many years ago. It is a disease of the brain that is caught up in negativity and poverty and hopelessness, pessimism, and not believing in providence or the ability of God to change. So what needs to be done is that a total belief or faith, even better, in one's own divinity. We are not poor. Jesus was born poor in a stable, that Francis Pope was saying today. And he was condemning the poor, the rich people who have committed to a luxurious life without God. Two things have to happen. On the level of the rich people, they have to come to God and understand the true teachings of the Buddha, of Christ, to bring heaven on earth and commit to the agenda of Christ. And the second thing is something that we can use with modern technology. And the modern technology is how we can change the thinking pattern of the poor people. And Jesus also contributed to that. Why did Jesus leave? Before he left, he said, I came here and I just wanted to do something very dramatic to bring heaven on earth. And that cannot happen unless the Holy Spirit comes here and plays a role. And what is the role? The role is to change people's consciousness from human to divine consciousness. And only the Holy Spirit can do. What will the Holy Spirit do? The Holy Spirit will just blow the air from out of you. And everyone carries that Holy Spirit within you. And understanding the Holy Spirit within you will put you in a divine consciousness with the ability to do miracles, to live in possibilities, to give up pessimism and poverty. And that is possible. And that took place on the Pentecostal day. The disciples of Christ were able to perform miracles. So we have the ability to do miracles. Jesus kept on saying that you would all be able to do miracles. You will all be able to do miracles better than I do. And that is what is needed. Whether you are poor or rich or in between, all of you are able to do miracles with the help of the Holy Spirit. And what is the Holy Spirit? In the Bible, it is very clearly said it is a spirit. It is, in yogic terminology, it is the prana. If you are able to not just the nostril breathing with oxygen coming in and carbon dioxide going out, that is not the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the prana, which is related to breathing too, in a limited way. But if you understand that, and that through prayer and inviting Holy Spirit in you, and then you will be remembering Christ. And that is his last word. The last word is, I failed. I got to go. If I don't go, Holy Spirit can't come. And when the Holy Spirit comes, it is not going to be through any human efforts, but through the divine efforts that all will be changed. So you have to more commit to the teachings of Christ. And the one prayer, the denomination that is holding on to this, in somewhat watered down version is, at least that is good, is the Pentecostal people who go and then lose their consciousness speaking in tongue and be in touch with the Holy Spirit. But that has to be corroborated with what we can do by changing our consciousness through other means also, by changing the brain, changing consciousness, changing the brain, because the negative brain has to be changed. Okay? And you have to put prosperity or heavenly brain within us. And you have to go and tap all doors, tap into resources. And that is my Christmas message. Everybody is divine. Invite the Holy Spirit. Go and then practice Holy Spirit sessions in any Pentecostal church or any church that is talking about Holy Spirit, and then how you can access Holy Spirit. And if you are more open, which I want you to be, go and look into any tradition, even the yoga tradition, and what it talks about the prana, and how every cell can live the prana, which is unlimited awareness, unlimited consciousness. And that is our wealth, and you don't need money for that. And money will come once the brain changes. Okay. Okay, and then I have done many videos on phonemic intelligence and also how you can change your brain. Okay. So that is my Christmas message, that I will stick on to my efforts to change the brain across the world. That, in my opinion, changing the brain along with the help of the Holy Spirit and other modules is the only way that we can create heaven on earth. Merry Christmas.